A car out of one. I pray this devil die and get every evil thing the Lord got to give. And listen, I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Come here, SHALAM. Come here, SHALAM. I know you look at us in the state we in right now. Black people on drugs, and we suffering and dying. And I know it seems like you can do whatever you want to this people. I know it seems like this, but the time for glorifying yourself is soon at an end.
We're about to find out what Moses looked like according to the Bible. We just read that Jesus Christ was a black man. Let's see what Moses looked like. Everybody knows about the Exodus story, where they portray him as a white man. Let's read the scripture, Exodus chapter 2, verse 17.
Exodus chapter 2, verse 17. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flocks. Verse 18. And when they came to Ruel, their fathers, he said, how is it that ye are come so soon today?
Right. Moses, he helped the Midianite women water their flock. And when they got back to their father asked, how is it that you came so fast? Because Moses helped them, they got back to their father fast. And let's see what the Midianite woman, let's see how they describe Moses. Let's see what they call Moses.
Verse 19. And they said, an Egyptian.
What?
An Egyptian.
They called Moses an Egyptian. Now what color are the ancient Egyptians? They mistake Moses for an Egyptian. The ancient Egyptians were not white men. The Israelites were not white men. Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. The Egyptians are dark-skinned people, and the Israelites are dark-skinned people as well.
That's
the
right.
Israelites are not white according to the Bible. And you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are not African. We're going to read it right here in the Bible dictionary what the Egyptians look like. Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. Let's see what the Egyptians look like to find out what Moses looked like.
Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood.
Right, these are the scholars. These are the so-called white men. Let's see what they had to say. Y'all think we're just racist and we're doing this for our own agenda? This is a white man telling you what the ancient Egyptians look like. And Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. Read on.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood, he became the progenitor of the dark races.
Of what?
The dark races.
Ham was the progenitor of the dark races. Now let's see what those races were. Progenitor means the father of. Ham was the father of the dark races, the progenitor of the dark races. Ham was one of 3 sons of Noah, and he was the father of, they're about to tell you right now.
Not the Negro.
He was the father of the dark races, not the Negroes. Read that again.
Not the Negroes. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Right, Ham was the father of, or the progenitor of the dark races. Let's see what they were.
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. Not the blacks in America. Read on. But who was he the father of?
But the father of the Egyptians.
We just read that they mistake Moses for an Egyptian. We all know that Moses was of the children of Israel. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. They mistaked him for an Egyptian. We're reading what the white scholars had to say about the ancient Egyptian. This is Ham in the Bible dictionary. Ham was the father of the dark races, but not the Negroes, not you blacks in America. You blacks are not Africans. You are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The Bible is a black man's book. Everybody in the book is black.
That's right.
You've been misled by your Christian pastors that learn under the so-called white man. But he's the devil, the deceiver that the Bible speaks of. Read on.
but the Egyptians.
He was the father of the Egyptians. Read on.
Ethiopians. Libyans. Canaanites.
All the African nations was Ham the father of. And Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. Give me that back in the scripture. We just read in Exodus chapter 2, verse 17, that Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian, and we just read what the scholars had to say about the Egyptians in the Bible. They are the dark races and the sons of Ham, but not the Negroes. You Negroes are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and you Hispanics as well, and you Native Indians. And we're about to read it right here in the Bible. This is Acts chapter 21, verse 37.
Acts chapter 21, verse 37. And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek?
Right, Paul was about to be led away into the castle. Everybody knows Paul. Everybody wants to quote Paul in the New Testament. Now let's see what he looked like.
Verse 38. Art not thou that Egyptian?
They mistook Paul for an Egyptian, just like they mistook Moses for an Egyptian. And we just read that the Egyptians are the dark races, the sons of Ham. They mistook Paul for an Egyptian. Paul was a so-called black man, and he was not an African. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. And he's about to tell you right here, according to the scriptures. Read on.
Art not thou that Egyptian, which before these days made us an uproar?
What did Paul have to say about that? Paul let him know he's not a filthy Egyptian. He's not a stinking African. Read on.
And led us out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers. Verse 39. But Paul said.
What did Paul have to say about being mistaken for a filthy African? Let's see what Paul, an Israelite in the Bible, had to say about that.
But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus.
Paul said he was a Jew. He was not an Egyptian. The Israelites are black according to the Bible, and we're proving it right now.
A city in Sicilia, a citizen of no mean city, and I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people.
Right, Paul let him know. Give me He let him know that he was not an Egyptian, but he was an Israelite. He was a Jew of the tribe of Benjamin. And we're about to find out what King Solomon, the son of King David, what he described himself as. We're proving right now that the Jews, according to the Bible, are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read that. This is Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. We're about to find out what King Solomon looked like.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black.
Solomon said, I am black. Read it again.
I am black.
This is the King James Version Bible. We're reading in the Bible what Solomon is saying. He is black. Solomon was the wisest king of Israel, and he's telling you what he looked like. Read it again.
Verse 5. I am black, but comely.
Solomon said, I am black, but beautiful. Comely means beautiful. You can read that in any dictionary. Now give me Job chapter 30, verse 30. We just read how the wisest king of Israel just said that he is black, but beautiful. Christ, he was described as being a black man. Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian, and the Egyptians were dark races according to scholars and according to the Bible. We're proving in the Bible that the so-called Jews are these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is the black man's book. The so-called white man is not a Jew. He's a deceiver that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
We're about to read what Job looked like according to the Bible. This is what Job had to say.
Job chapter 30, verse 30. My skin.
Job just said, my skin. Let's see what he says about his skin.
My skin is black upon me.
What?
My skin is black upon me.
Job just said that his skin was black. We read how Solomon was black, how Moses was black, how Jesus Christ was black. All of the men of the Bible were black men. We read how the Jews are in mourning. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you are sad on this planet Earth. Nobody else is living the life that you are living.
When nowadays I work hard on the job, till I come cross y'all, still like I'm a criminal.